Hello students, welcome to our first online English class. As you can see on the presentation, today we are going to start with Unit 3, Reporting and Asserts. And the idea is that we are going to work from today's class, from Monday 18th to Monday 25th. We are going to be working online. And on Wednesday 27th, we are going to have classes, okay, in Carmen 350. So I'm going to give you all the information, and the idea is that every single online class you have to do a little work, online work, and this work is going to have a percentage from your final grade or your final evaluation from Unit 3. So let's start. Well, as you can see, Unit 3, the name of Unit 3 is Reporting and Asserts. And the idea of this first class is that we are going to first recognize what are the parts of our reporting, and at the end of the class, or at the end of today's class, we are going to do a speaking, actually writing activity on the UCSH online platform. Okay, so let's start with today's class. Well, for today, our objectives are first working with a reading, okay, is reporting an assert. And the idea of this reading is to recognize the parts of a reporting. So let's start. Remember that I'm going to show you this, but all the information is on your booklets, okay? So let's talk about what are the parts of a reporting. Let's imagine that you have to report an assert to a supervisor. What can you do? Well, it's important to do 5 principal steps. Or you have to be very aware of the tone of your voice. Okay, what's the tone that you're going to use when you talk with your supervisor? Also, as you can see here on the presentation, it's very important to be aware of your body language. Okay, greeting and introduction, the topic of the problem. Making suggestions to your supervisor about the answer and how to resolve the problem, and to do a little closure to the problem. Okay, so over here on your booklets you have different kind of situations and different kind of asserts. For example, the first one says the light at your workstation is not very good. You often have sore eyes. You need a better lamp. Remember, let's imagine that you actually work in an office, or an employee, talk to you as the health and safety manager of the company, talk to you about this problem that she or he has, okay? She say, you know what, I have a big problem in my workstation because the lamp that I have to use is not very good. So I have sore eyes, I have problem in my eyes. What can I do? So you, as a health and safety manager, have to talk with the supervisor and try to find a little solution for the worker. Okay, so another hazard that you, as a health and safety manager, could have is, for example, number 2. The plug on your power tool is frayed. You don't think it is saved. 3. There is dust in your area. You have a mask, but it doesn't fit. You need a better mask. 4. Your area is very noisy. You need to protect your ears. Ask your supervisor to help you. 5. The floor beside the door is wet and slippery. You are afraid other people will slip. Ask your supervisor what you should do. Next one. The machine you work on is dirty and broken. Tell your supervisor it needs to be cleaned and repaired. And the last one. Your work close to the welding section. The flashes of light sometimes hurt your eyes. Ask your supervisor what you can do. So this is what we are going to do. Over here we have different situations, different asserts. What you have to do is to use the 5 important things when you report an assert to your supervisor in order to create a little conversation. So this is the speaking actually writing activity that you have to do. You are going to pretend that you are having a conversation with your supervisor. You not only are going to be the worker, you are going to be, remember, you are going to be the health and safety manager of the company. And as the health and safety manager, you have to talk with the supervisor about these problems that you have inside the company. So, you are going to choose 2 of the problems from the first part. 2, except the first one, because the first one is going to be used in the example. So, you are going to choose 2 of them, and you are going to create a little conversation between you and the supervisor. Remember, in the conversation, you must include all the possible important things about reporting an hazard. Of course, body language cannot be included because you can write body language, right? But the other 4 must be included. So you are going to choose 2 of these ones, and you are going to create a little conversation between you and the supervisor. In the conversation, you have to mention the problem, you have to mention or try to give a possible solution or suggestions, and give a closure. Okay, so this work is going to be a written activity, and as you can see over here, you have to upload your work on the online or aula virtual. You have from today to Sunday to write your reports, okay, both reports. Okay, so that's it for today's student. Remember that on Wednesday we are going to have our second online class, and we are going to have another job. So try not to wait until the last moment to give your reports, okay? Goodbye, students, and see you next class.